We're closer than brothers. And I'd go in a lot of tunnels, and he'd come in behind me, or he'd go front. I felt safe when he was with me. That's the big thing.
Gary and I were, we were just a couple old G.I. Joes, and looked at it as, I guess, a challenger or whatever, and stepped up to do it.
During Operation Cedar Falls, Bowman and Heater were initiated in the terrifying hazards of tunnel rat duty.
He pushed the trap door open and nothing happened, so Gary kind of stuck his arm up there with the light first and then just kind of eased up, looked over the edge, and he dropped back down. He said, God, he says, there's a booby trap up there, and so what the hell's up there? He says, I don't know. He says, but it doesn't look good, and we looked back up there, and Claymore was sitting up there on a tripod.
Luckily, the Claymore mine was not booby-trapped, and Bowman and Heater surfaced safely. Operation Cedar Falls ended in frustration and failure. Although some documents, weapons, and ammunition were recovered, the enemy was far from routed. The guerrillas quickly and secretively rebuilt the tunnels that were destroyed. 25th Infantry Tunnel Rats Bowman and Heater would soon return to action on new operations. Their biggest fear was meeting the enemy face to face. In the claustrophobic confines of the tunnel, the rats knew only one would emerge alive. Tunnel rat Gary Heater was shocked by his first underground encounter.
It turned out to be a 3-4-year-old kid. This kid was just sitting there. I guess his dad just left him there. Maybe he heard me coming. But I just looked at him, and he looked at me, and I had the flashlight on him, and I just kept on going. It scared me. He was just a kid, but it could have been Daddy.
The one time Bowman went in a tunnel by himself, he met the real enemy. He crawled through a long, narrow passageway that opened up to a large chamber, a recovery room, with VC guerrillas lying in bunks.
They had their weapons up against the wall and stuff, and I kind of stumbled in there. When I came up in there and shined the light, and boom, it was like Keystone Cops. They started reaching for the weapons, and I started shooting. Flash, this happens, flash, that happens. People hollering, screaming, people shooting. Your heart's pounding. I mean, it's all reaction. You really don't think, you just start shooting. If you hesitate and think about it, you're the one that's probably gonna die. I shot, and get the hell out of there as fast as I could.
Bowman remarkably survived this terrifying face-to-face unscathed. Yet his tunnel rat buddy Gary Heater wouldn't be so lucky. On his last mission before flying home, he stepped on a landmine known as a Bouncing Betty.
I knew it was a Bouncing Betty because I heard the spring. As soon as I stepped, we was running through this minefield. And it went off, and it did knock me unconscious. I was awake until I got to the hospital. But I couldn't see my leg.
Gary Heater fortunately survived, but spent 2 years in a veterans hospital before he could walk again. As 1967 closed, American military planners raised the stakes. B-52 arc light strikes increased in ferocity and breadth. U.S. planes dropped massive payloads of iron bombs and chemical defoliants that would eventually reduce the Iron Triangle and the Hobo Woods to a desolate moonscape. Into this maelstrom, a new crop of America's youth arrived to do battle. The bravest volunteered to be tunnel rats. In the dark depths, they fought for their nation, their honor, and their lives.
The Warren Commission thought they had an open and shut case. 3 bullets, 1 assassin.
In JFK, Kevin Costner plays Jim Garrison. But did you know that the real Jim Garrison plays Earl Warren? Watch the entire movie, followed by the origins of Oliver Stone's controversial film, JFK. Tonight at 8 on the History Channel.
You may not think about Chamberlain garage door openers, how reliably they perform, how they open your day. The nice thing is, you really don't need to pay much attention Chamberlain's there, providing convenience, safety, and security. Like our EverCharge battery backup system. Now, your garage door opener works even when your power's out. It's important because no matter where life takes you, your destination is always home.
You're welcome home.
Introducing the miracle of fusion, a revolutionary technology and a unique idea come together to create new Gillette Fusion. Until now, pressure caused irritation. Fusion has 5 blades spaced closer together to reduce pressure, with less irritation and more comfort. Flip Fusion over. A precision trimmer for those tricky places. The comfort of 5 blades, the precision of 1. The best shave ever. In manual or battery power. New Gillette Fusion.
I wish I lived closer to the office. Not this close.
This one's only a 10-minute commute.
Great. What about selling my current home?
Meet Frank and Maria. They've been dreaming of a place like yours.
Find your perfect place. It's easy with RE/MAX. Nobody sells more real estate than RE/MAX.
Nice ride.
I thought we were here for a meeting.
We are.
So why are you on your laptop?
I'm emailing you. Check your inbox.
Now?
Now.
We can talk. It's a private club.
As private as our network.
I'll check my inbox.
Privacy. Powered by Cisco.
The plastics, the materials, the medicines, things that make modern life modern come from one place, chemistry. Learn more at americanchemistry.com.
Excuse me, are you happy with the service you're getting from your stockbroker?
Oh, sure. I love feeling like a small fish in a big pond.
Service? What's that?
I started investing for myself online at TD Waterhouse. They follow up when I have a question, and they actually make me feel important.
At TD Waterhouse, their investment consultants will give you the attention you deserve, no matter what size your portfolio is. You can do this. Switch to TD Waterhouse, the alternative to higher-priced brokers.
Somewhere in the world, right this minute, your soulmate is out there.
Mike and I were both on another site, and we never met.
Found each other.
We lived 5 miles apart, and we wouldn't have ever known the other existed. It's as if we knew each other our whole lives, but yet we grew up on 2 different sides of the planet.
Find that one person that is going to see you, accept you, and love you passionately for who you really are.
Through eHarmony, we've found our soulmates.
Get your compatibility profile, a $50 value, free.
We now return to the tunnels of Vietnam on Modern Marvels.
Frustrated with their inability to quell the dogged Viet Cong resistance, American military leaders raised the stakes and the heat. Toward the end of 1967, massive B-52, or arc-light strikes, increased in South Vietnam. They pounded the Iron Triangle and the surrounding danger zones. On the ground, Rome plows were liberally used to unearth and destroy tunnels. Chemical defoliants and napalm drops eliminated the jungle canopy used as cover by the enemy.
Well, by the time all that was done, you defoliate the thing, all these holes start popping up all over the place. And so there was just a lot more holes than there were tunnel rats, I think. So they would just say, well, anybody want to go down? And there's always a few of us that would.
The tunnel rats found their own reasons to justify their dangerous mission.
I enjoyed that mystique. I enjoyed that whisper when the new guys would come in and they'd say, "That's Corey, you know, he's crazy." I hate to admit it, but I loved the rush.
25th Infantryman and tunnel rat Art Tejeda turned the perilous task into a high-stakes treasure hunt.
Anything in that tunnel belongs to you, aside that it going to S2 intelligence, like maps and paperwork and stuff like that. But you find uniforms, you find weapons, you know, pistols, bolt-action rifles and stuff like that. which you can